The number one team in the land, your Arkansas Razorbacks, have a big top 10 series matchup this weekend at home against the number 8 ranked and defending national champion LSU Tigers. The Razorbacks will come into this series 20-3 on the year, 5-1 in conference play after a home sweep of Missouri and a road series win over Auburn. The Tigers will come into this series 20-6, 2-4 in conference play thus far after back-to-back series losses at Mississippi State and at home last weekend against Florida. Throw the records out the window, though, as these are undoubtedly two of the most talented rosters in the country and two teams that absolutely no one would be surprised to see in Omaha by year's end, going head-to-head in the most beautiful and best college baseball venue in the entire country, Baum Walker Stadium. Now, the Hogs boast very arguably the best pitching staff in the entire country, as they lead the entire country in most major pitching statistics such as ERA, strikeouts per 9 innings, strikeout to walk ratio, WHIP, hits allowed per 9 innings, and are currently second in the country in shutouts with 5 thus far on the year. However, as one would probably expect, the Tigers are no slouches on the mound themselves, as they rank 27th in ERA, they are 6th in strikeouts per 9 inning, they are 25th in strikeout to walk ratio, 27th in WHIP, they are 6th in hits allowed per 9 innings, and they currently have 3 shutouts of their own on the season, which is good for 7th overall in the country. Where they do seem to get in a bit of trouble as a staff is with their walks, where they currently rank 99th in walks allowed per 9 innings with 4.36. But nonetheless, still a very solid staff. And although I think you'd obviously have to give Arkansas the overall advantage in terms of pitching, they still, like Arkansas, seem to possess one of the best staffs in the nation. And defensively, both of these teams are great when it comes to fielding, with Arkansas ranking 6th and LSU ranking 8th in that category. So perceivably, no real decisive advantage there. Which team can remain the most error-free could obviously be the difference in winning or losing this series. You would think being at home could help the Hogs some. However, it will not be surprising if runs are somewhat hard to come by for both teams, especially with neither one lighting the world on fire to this point offensively. LSU batting .291 as a team, Arkansas .280, and both averaging roughly 7.5 runs per game. The Tigers haven't looked like the offensive juggernaut that they were last year, but do still seem to have plenty of untapped potential, so to speak, as you could also say about Arkansas. But they definitely have the talent to catch fire at any time, with guys like Hayden Travinski batting .333 thus far on the year with 27 runs batted in, 7 home runs. Tommy White, Tommy Tanks as he's famously known, batting .321, 23 runs batted in, and also 7 home runs. And guys like Jared Jones, who may be batting under .300 thus far at .289, but also has 23 runs batted in, has double-digit home runs already on the year with 10, has an impressive .759 slugging percentage, so plenty of pop in that bat, just to name a few. But as I noted, Arkansas has those type of guys as well, whether it's Kendall Diggs, Peyton Stovall, Vahiva Aloy, Ben McLaughlin, etc. So regardless the offensive numbers to this point, and despite the fact they'll both have their work cut out for them this weekend, both perceivably with very talented lineups, both perceivably capable of more than they've shown to this point, and both perhaps relatively equal in terms of their potential offensively. But with all that said, it would be very remiss of me if I didn't talk about probably the biggest individual matchup of this series. And no, I'm not talking about two of the best coaches in the sport in Dave Van Horn and James Johnson facing off. I am talking about the two aces for these teams in Hagen Smith and Luke Holman. Both of these gentlemen are putting up video game type numbers thus far this season, and I put those numbers up on the screen for y'all to observe for yourself. It is PYP, pick your poison with these guys, as they will almost undoubtedly, if they can remain healthy, Lord willing, be in the running for multiple national pitching awards, if not the biggest one of them all in the Golden Spikes Award by season's end. I would have to imagine that all 30 Major League Baseball teams will have at least one scout apiece in attendance when both of these guys take the mound on Thursday. And for good reason, as those numbers speak for themselves. Hagen Smith with a ridiculous 62 Ks in just 29 innings pitched and a 1.24 ERA. And then Holman, of course, with the 56 Ks in 34 and 2 innings pitched and an amazing .78 ERA. Thank goodness this is one of the few college baseball regular season games that is nationally televised, as you can watch this one on ESPN2 at 8 Central Time on Thursday, because if you are a fan of college baseball, you are not going to want to miss this matchup. Two of the absolute best pitchers in college baseball for two of the best teams and programs in college baseball, facing off in front of the best environment in college baseball inside, once again, beautiful Baum Walker Stadium. To say I am excited for this series would be an understatement. And I'm looking forward to reading y'all's thoughts and how y'all are personally feeling about it in the comments section. Until next time, thank y'all so much for all the love and support. It is so greatly appreciated. Until next time, I pray the good Lord keeps you all safe and blessed. And of course, go Hogs!